Galatians 5:16-18 urges believers to walk in the Spirit to avoid fulfilling fleshly desires, as the flesh and spirit are in conflict. While demons can influence actions, the Bible asserts that many sins, like adultery and fornication, stem from human nature, not demonic possession. The works of the flesh, listed in Galatians 5:19-21, include adultery, fornication, and other sins. These actions prevent inheriting God's kingdom. Our culture promotes doing what feels good, but these actions may not align with God's will. Believers face an internal battle between the flesh and the spirit. The key to overcoming this conflict is to walk in the Spirit. Sexual desires are natural, but they should be fulfilled within the boundaries of marriage, as set by God, to avoid physical and spiritual consequences. Sexual sin creates deep connections, making breakups difficult. God's laws on sexuality are for our benefit, emphasizing that while desiring sex is normal, it should be pursued according to God's parameters.
Don't fight lust. Flee from it. Run from it. Get out of town. The Apostle Paul said this in 1 Corinthians 6:18. He didn't say fight sexual sin. He said run from it. Run. Because there is no other sin that so clearly affects the body as this one does. For sexual immorality is a sin against your own body. We don't fight lust. We flee from lust. We flee it. For example, in the Old Testament, you may remember the first desperate housewife. That was Potiphar's wife. It's like a true story. Like she attacked Joseph. Like, Joseph, you looking so good there in that little tight little pants or whatever. And so she threw herself at Joseph. And what Joseph didn't do is didn't say, now let's talk about this. Let's negotiate. Let's join hands and pray against temptation. That's not what he did. What Scripture says he did was very clear. Verse 12 of Genesis 39, when the wife caught him by the cloak and said, "Come to bed with me, big boy. Take me to bed or lose me forever," she said, okay? That's the New Craig version. But Scripture says, but he left his cloak in his hand, and what did he do? Say it aloud. He ran out of the house. Someone typed that in the chat. What did he do? He didn't fight it. He ran out of the house.